Let's talk about aluminum filler metal basics now. There's a lot to unpack here. Two of the most commonly used aluminum filler metals are 4043 and 5356. There are several aluminum alloys where you could use either one, but there is an important thing to note, and that is when the part will be anodized after welding, welds made with 4043 will usually turn black after being anodized. That's usually not something a customer is going to be happy with. And this shot doesn't have anything to do with that, but it's a cool shot with a clear cup, and I think it's pretty awesome. A lot of stuff is made out of aluminum tread plate, and it looks really cool. Tread plate comes in 6061, 5052, 3003, and probably a few others. And something a lot of people probably don't know is that those truck boxes that are made out of tread plate, a lot of times those are welded with thinly sheared off strips of scrap tread plate. Sometimes the manufacturers are so cheap they don't even want to buy filler metal. They'll just use strips of tread plate. That's something that might get somebody out of a pinch on a Sunday afternoon when you can't get filler metal. You could shear off a thin strip of the sheet that you're welding and use it for filler. Not always. 6061 doesn't really work well like that, but some others might. 4043 and 5356 aluminum filler metals cannot be strengthened much at all by heat treat. Other filler metals are needed when a post-weld strengthening heat treatment is called for. So here's an example of a 6061 hydraulic tube where 4643 filler metal was specified by the customer so that this part could be heat treated and the weld could be strengthened just like the base metal. Doesn't really help to strengthen the base metal if the weld is the weak point. So in this case, again, 4643 filler metal was used, specified by the customer. The part was then heat treated after welding so that it could all be brought up to a higher strength. Cast aluminum comes in several different alloys, but one of the most common is 356. There are also 355, 357, and a host of other different casting alloys, but the filler metal you use kind of depends on your most wanted outcome. And a lot of times for castings, your most wanted outcome is eliminating porosity. So 4047 usually helps there. 4047 is actually considered a brazing rod just because it melts slightly lower temperature than the base metal, just a couple hundred degrees. But that's enough to make it wet out really well and use a little bit less heat, so you don't have to penetrate the base metal. You don't have to draw out the soaked, impregnated oil that might be in a casting. 4047 is a really good filler metal to have on hand for cast aluminum. 6061 is a commonly welded aluminum and can be welded with several different filler metals: 4043, 5356, 4943. 5356 has a higher strength than 4043, but if the service temperature is 150 Fahrenheit or higher, 5356 should not be used. This is a 6061 automotive intake being welded with 4043 filler. This is an example of a part that might exceed 150, might not. Low stress, so you probably get away with either 4043 or 5356. Probably just wouldn't matter. Okay, for the resources now that I spoke about earlier, the easiest way to find them is just Google aluminum filler metal chart. And you're going to find at least three. And the first two that usually show up are Hobart and ESAB. They're both fine, and they're both very similar. You just have to remember to read any footnotes there are, because there are footnotes that will say something like, if the service temperature of the part will be over 150 Fahrenheit, then use this filler metal as opposed to this one. So you got to read the footnotes just like you do in welding codes and specifications. Another one is Washington Alloys filler metal chart. You can scroll down. That's a sort of a simplified version, but any of them will get you where you want to go. This video is brought to you by my online store at weldmonger.com, where we have quality welding gear and free welding resources. Thanks for watching.